Okay, I kind of forgot when we stopped, when I stopped the recording, but oops. Now we're back, yeah. I'm just gonna go back to the ship to take off to Rena. I don't know which cutscene you actually missed. I don't think you missed much. If I'm right, you missed just one cutscene when they basically said, hey, let's go back to Rena. And that's it, pretty much. And Dohalim is gonna stay the Lord here after we finish the game, basically. So, yeah. I'll take you back when you're finished. Okay, here we go. Almost finished. You can see the end. Now we're gonna go into Rena. I just love seeing Luffy over there in the corner all the time.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
See?
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
It's gonna happen. First, let's
That can
finish
wait
the
for now.
problem.
We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is.
Yes.
Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
First,
Yeah.
let's go there.
Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissalma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
Don't know, are we? I mean, I have a whole
what do
bunch
we
of
do first when
materials.
we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
Indeed.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
What, the Red Woman? Yeah. What do you think was gonna happen? They were gonna just let you go? Easy and simple? Swing. It's amazing how naive they are. Yep. Simple. I wonder if they teleported them to like a deserted place on Rena? Like with the thought of them dying somewhere?
Damn! The hell just happened?
You got teleported.
Our
Black
course has been
hole.
altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
So just change them?
What's that?
Oh, you can't.
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Yeah.
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Mm-hmm.
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
I don't think
Everyone,
so.
look there!
They would have just exploded the ship if so. They're probably sending you to either a monster or a place. They really need to balance out the music, it's insane. Are they showing the planet doesn't exist? It's just a crust. Okay. Is it growing a new planet? A flower? Okay.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
Oh yeah, it
And it
needs food
appears
to grow.
Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
Nobody's gonna
If
say
that's
how the
true,
planet is broken
Do
into
you
half.
think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray
Yeah,
that
they're
they are.
fine. It's already been like transferred a
Damn
few
it.
times.
Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
When they get
The
what they
flower of
need,
Oblivion.
or when you stop it.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Can't you hear the alarm? Yes.
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
Well, what's the other option?
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
Oh, go to the thingies. You can stay there for
I
as
don't
long as you
believe
want.
This. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here?
Mm-hmm.
We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down. You're not the only one who's worried here.
Why are they always like resorting to
Right.
screaming and feeling and yelling? How about using your thing in here?
It's still too early to
There
give
is
up.
a machine in here.
There has to be a way
It's
to
made
get out of
with
this.
flesh. It's called a brain. Try to use it.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No,
No,
it's still
this is
red.
different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
What? Something like gravity? Mhm. Oh no, gravity. Oh, you're going to Lenegis again? We just been there. I mean, there's nothing new to see there, I think, right? Well,
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
who knows?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
Hmm.
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile.
No, that doesn't mean
Still,
that.
Why would anyone want to bring us here?
I mean, instead of just thinking,
hey,
let's just
Shion!
go sure,
If they
check.
wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes
Oh
us.
yes, they keep switching who has the brain. Like sometimes he says it, sometimes she says it, sometimes the kid, the mom. Like every time somebody says something smart, and the rest of the time they're super dumb. Like doing the worst decision you could think to do in this kind of situations.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though,
It was
I
probably.
never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Yep.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens.
But it probably got destroyed because of
But to think
something.
that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Are they joking like
Dohalim.
flat Earth and stuff?
Okay, who's
The
the wise
word
guy
is
that
an egg.
summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
Yep, let's go. Lower level? Central level. Okay. Okay, so we need to go here. Upper level we can't. Okay. So we have to go here. Are the red doors gonna open soon, or? I'm just looking for chests. Or anything to steal, basically. Oh, more plants. Hey, what's up?
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What's that?
A computer? A chamber? Oh. Looks like the red woman.
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
Nah. What is this? Is this gonna be Niori
It doesn't look like it can move.
or something?
Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
Is he gonna speak or what?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Oh, okay, now I know what you mean.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
I don't know, we came to ask you.
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
Are you gonna show us?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Time.
Sorry, it
but
kind of
not our
gets
true form.
Helganquil?
stuck and the
You are on
recording
Gate
stopped.
Phasal,
So
a celestial base which
you missed like
drifted here by
20
accident.
seconds.
The will of Rena's Great Spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
Probably, yes.
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not?
Okay,
We've already made
it's the
contact
last-
with the will of Dana
Yeah,
back
it's
in the
the
Wedge,
less
and in the
crazy
Forbidden
thing
Zone on
that
Lenegus.
we have done
If
recently.
Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Shut the
Yeah, but
up.
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut
We
off
have
from
not
both
been
planets.
controlled.
Even if we had previously been under the control
Such a
of Dana's
defensive
will,
move.
we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's Great Spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegis are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
What's happened when it's gonna finish over there?
Is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Yep, as I said before, it's just to
Indeed.
feed the thing.
And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest
More
the
energy,
necessary
yes.
energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
No, if you... Well, yes,
Nevertheless,
kind of.
You still haven't answered one of Alphen's original
Somebody else would
questions.
have just done the job
Just
instead.
why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrecht 35?
He hasn't. Oh wait,
First,
he has.
it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
Which is?
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
He told you everything
I
there is
did.
to say
It is in
about
your
his
best
life and
interest that you
all
do
the
so,
information.
I might
Why do you
add.
think he's doing that?
What
if
makes
he's
you
like...
say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena.
Okay.
If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
Yeah, but why do
You're
you
saying
care?
the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Yeah, well, why do you care?
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize.
Okay.
As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Okay, I
Vengeance?
guess
For what?
it's sort of a
In spite
reason.
of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Okay.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Dake Faisal?
Hey! Hey!
Yep. Let's
It's
go
no
find the
use.
other ones.
I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Let's go. Alright. So this guy's gonna be later on. Let's move. Where to? Good
You
question.
can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right?
Why not?
I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
What's your other option?
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
Mostly,
At
yes.
the very least, everything it said about the Renin Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, This whole chain of events comes back to
I
astral
mean,
energy.
it's not a good
That being
being.
said, had we
but
not previously encountered the
checks
will
out.
of
What he
Dana,
says makes sense.
I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me.
Yes.
How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
They are Danans just... They've
Now
been
that you
picked
mention
to
it,
live
in all
up
that
there.
talk, Hevric 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter.
I have
Let's
two
find
ways. One, they're Danans. Just they went to the Lenegis to live there for a while. And then they, after generations, they didn't even know they came from down there. Option number two, they came from Rena itself. Before the planet was destroyed by the Great Spirit and the robot people thingies. Those are my two theories. I still don't know which one is correct. But those are my theories. Lower level? Now I have permission. Anything around here? Ooh. Hello. I have come to steal stuff. No. Wow, okay. I kind of expected more. Why is this room here then? There's nothing here. Okay, let's go. I don't know if this story is gonna open up or is it gonna keep being like this, where you go do a couple of story missions, small area, do whatever next.
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
This is just an experiment for them. Cool.
What a weird guy.
He
For-
must have
again,
meant
for him
Hevric
it's normal.
35 when he mentioned that
He
overseer.
lived here for all his life, probably.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Yep, let's go. Of course. Hello.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
That's your question?
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where'd they come from? Where did they
Where
go?
else?
Where'd they come
From
from?
Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans
Ta-da.
were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
No way. What? Yeah. I love
if
the
that's
added the
true,
boom, boom, boom.
Then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't, but there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language, people of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
To feed.
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait,
That's what he said.
that explains why almost nobody can use astral arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries.
They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough. You needn't tell us anymore.
Why not?
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
Because he lived this his whole life.
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
Well, mostly. I just want to know a bit more about the
I see.
spirit.
Thanks for filling us in.
But I don't think he knows it.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
No, makes sense.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Well, have a bit more
And let's hope
perception.
this is our last revelation for a while.
Nope. Just you wait.
Have you guys lived up here in Dag Fazel with Hevrek 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrek 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans.
That's why she couldn't.
As long
All
as
the
they don't do
Renans
anything
couldn't see.
obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion
Yeah.
and I failed to notice the Red Women previously.
Again,
Did
called
they
it.
employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
By the spirit?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened
What can you
so
do?
long ago.
Hevrek 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You can ride with us.
No, thank you.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best
Yeah,
to
it's
simply
much more
stay
fun to
here
be
and
there
watch
and
everything
actually know
unfold
what's going
instead.
on. Yeah.
things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer.
It's like you like to watch like an action movie. You don't want to be shot at. You don't want to go running around
That said, I'm sure it's
being
pleased
stabbed.
to see the final stage of
But
the
it's
plan
fun to watch
before
that.
it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Cool. I like it. I like those guys very much. They're very logic-oriented. Nice.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
To
Yes.
drain the thing.
It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral
drain
energy
it.
and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied.
Yeah. That.
The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day.
Yeah, crazy
For the
guy.
next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contests began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps.
Makes sense.
A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So
Because-
that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
I would
Hedrick
expect it
35
to like
mentioned that the spirit
recover
channeling
the
plan is
planet, not
entering its
create
final
something
stage.
different.
Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
Cool. If
He
it was,
talks like the potential end of the world
I
is
would
just another
stay
day
here
on the
and
job.
You've got
watch
to
it.
remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
Right? This is much more interesting. If it was up to me,
Feels like our
I would
whole
rather stand
world has been
near
turned
him and
upside
just
down.
like watch and
Is
enjoy
there
it.
anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
What makes you think you're completely two separate
Let's take a
human
moment
beings
to
that
gather
created
ourselves.
from nothing?
I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over, before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If
What?
the Renan Great Spirit really is behind
What is
all
there to
this,
think?
and we've got a really big fight ahead of us.
Yeah, you don't need
Because
to
it's
think
not
though.
just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So
So
let's
I
go
guess-
ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay.
So I guess it's gonna
Sure
be like
you don't want to be alone right now?
a moment you need to
I could
continue.
ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Your
Everyone's just
panty
gone
has
their own way,
disbanded.
huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Oh, yes, I can finally rest. Rest, yes. Oh yeah, I don't need to eat. Nah, not now. There's gonna be a whole bunch of cutscenes. So. Nah. Thank you very much. Is there a place I can... Nah. I want to make the new weapons. This is gonna be annoying, but let's pick with the girl.
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Danon mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know why that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danons again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on
Yes,
Dana
but that
anymore,
is only
right?
after we defeat everything.
I know it's not as simple as all that, but Danons probably won't be so quick to let their guards down. And there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah, I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danon and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Rinwell.
That great spirit worries me
Yeah.
too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Because it's jealous
Now that you
something.
mention it, Everett 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dana's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We
Yeah,
won't.
no way.
We'll keep it safe no matter what.
I hate when they say like, no matter what. You don't know what's gonna happen. Stop promising stuff. Heal? No, why would I heal you? Hey, mom.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
Who?
He who?
Oh,
Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
yeah, because he's no
What do
longer
you
a
think about
superior
everything we've
being.
learned? About the Renans and the Great Spirit and all that?
On some level, I'm not even
Also, he
really
killed
sure
his
what
friends
to
for
think,
nothing.
to be honest.
That's why.
I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danons and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is... Well, I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same
Yeah,
time,
true.
I realize that not every Danon is necessarily going to believe that either.
There's
know
always
you're
gonna be
already
people
aware
who
of
are
this,
like, no,
but the
that
list of
the
grievances the
pigeons
Danons have
is the
against
government
the Renans is
drones,
long.
whatever.
And understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of
Almost
that
like
imbalance,
life.
then we'll be in a truly good place.
It's not gonna happen.
First, we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
No, but you can't
Right.
make it the
Everybody
focus.
has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
It will 100%. Some people don't even care that there's a greater being that controls this whole situation. They just think, okay, this guy's to blame. That's it.
It's true.
They don't care.
Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
Well, yeah. This is like so many, like every second we get like a whole talk about how everything is like the end. We don't know what to do, but it happens every second. It's like the whole game was nothing is revealed, nothing is revealed, nothing is revealed, nothing is revealed, a bit more, like a tiny bit more, tiny bit more. Boom, half the story is revealed, more is revealed, like a ton. Like 1 second after 1 second, you get more and more and more of the story. You need to pace things up. You know, you give me a piece of story, a big, like, intel. Then you give me a whole unrelated quest line. That's also interesting. It's not a completely boring task. That's also interesting. I do that, and then while I do that, you throw in like a jab that somewhere connect to like the big plot, right? And eventually, you do this a couple of times. Eventually, after you do this whole thing, and I had time to think about everything, then you bring in the final boss, the final segment of the game. But you have to do too much work for that, and you have to make it an interesting story.
Man.
So
You're not the
too
only
much
one
work.
still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Like
Man,
you?
I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for me, to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up and listen.
You just have to accept it and move on. There's nothing you can do with these kind of,
stuff gets you all muddled up inside.
I don't know, giant threats.
Really care about.
Just live.
Yeah.
You can't do much
You're
about
right.
that. Try to
The
stop.
thing that's most important.
Stop.
What I really care about. All I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me. To fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Yeah, sure. If it's
Not
what, if
everyone
it's
is
what you
strong
want to
enough to
do, then
fight.
yes.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
So this conversation was nothing. He's just gonna do the same thing. Amazing.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
I don't see why would they
delude
lie.
ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one.
Yeah. There's no reason for them to
You
lie.
must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Boom, boom.
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us.
Yeah, and we know all of that. We've said
And the
this
victims of our
100
rule
times. Stop.
have absolutely every
I'm starting
right
to be
feel
like,
animosity
okay,
towards us Renans.
let's finish this.
Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed, I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Go ahead.
What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only Blazing Sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
Yeah.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danan society without any bloodshed. That is why...
You're the same as ever, Dohalim.
Yeah.
Is it too much?
No, it makes sense.
Relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind.
Special friend.
We had some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again.
Special friend.
This time just as friends. Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask.
Yeah, it's gonna happen anyway. Before you make big plans about the future, let's finish this first, okay? We're still on a spaceship.
Well,
We still don't know
it
where to
sounds
go,
like everyone's
who to
learning from their
fight,
past and
how to
using
do
it to
it.
create a better future for everyone.
Everybody's already like
How do you feel
fantasizing
about the
about the
origin of the
future, and we
Renans?
don't not even know what's gonna
To be
happen
honest, I'm
10 seconds from now.
not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call is a mystery.
So he created a problem, he's solving it.
That we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Dahnan, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too. I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways.
Yes, that's how forgiving works.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it,
I'm
not. Sure there'll come a time
Definitely
when we
not.
can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori.
So let's freaking do it instead of speaking endlessly about doing stuff and then doing nothing.
And I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
Yeah, let's go slay a spirit. Come
I
on.
am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dan is still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
Kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
What's in your mind?
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to
What do you
rob
mean
us of
if?
our entire world. And it's going to take
Say
not just
if.
our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
You're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, of course.
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Shion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Shion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't
What's
know
interesting to
anything
me
for
is
certain.
why don't they have like the light
I think it's possible her
aspect
thorns are
like the
a part
people
of
on
the Great
Dana?
Spirit.
Is it because the darkness swallows
While
the
the
light?
main body resides in Rena.
So if you can't defeat even a sliver, how are you
Shion.
gonna defeat the whole thing?
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
Okay, again. Let's already go. Let's stop speaking to each other. Just
The
go.
question is, how do we confront it?
You're gonna fight it with a
Suffice it to
sword
say,
anyway, right?
That flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right.
Nah,
This is an
it was
altogether
very
greater
easy.
challenge for merely 6.
It was just tedious.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
So?
Heverick 35 has been observing the great astral spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is.
Thank you, finally. Let's go.
Our minds are made up. Let's go give Heverick 35 our answer.
It was in the upper levels? Right? No? Oh, that's somewhere else. Where am I going? Oh, there's just like a place to watch from. Oh, you can see the planets. You can see swing, swing. It's being sucked in. Okay. I'm guessing there's gonna be a cutscene which is gonna end with us being here. Take off. Let's speak with the Senora. No? Then is it the lower level? No, it was the center. Sorry. I remembered. Center. Yep. Let's go speak to the robot. Yes, Alexa, what do you have to say now?
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma.
Okay.
You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden.
Luckily we have them
They are
both.
best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
You mean to destroy her?
That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the Thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
Okay, so what's the second
What are our other
option?
options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die. That we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her.
Well, stop promising stupid stuff.
We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world.
He doesn't care.
Abandoning it is irrational.
He doesn't care if the whole world dies.
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, The Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
Yep.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the Great Astral Spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Yes.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it.
Okay, so you wanna place the spirit
Can't
inside?
the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the Great Astral Spirit.
Yes!
But
however, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
he won't fix the
Your
ship.
starship will not be restored,
Yeah.
and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
You can just lie.
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way,
He doesn't really care.
then I'd rather do
He
nothing.
just does it for, like, to enjoy.
We want to stop
to see what's
Dana
gonna
from getting
happen.
destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Okay. Close the lid and that's it. Let them die.
What you say is irrational.
But
Be
it's a
that as it
game.
may, I shall accede to your demand.
Stupid robot.
You'll agree?
Yeah, it's a game. Of
I
course
am
he's
an
gonna
observer.
agree.
The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
Mm-hmm.
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So we just have to go to the core, then we're gonna have
So
everything
right
over
in the
there.
middle of that giant
It's gonna
flower
be the
then.
flower, the maiden, the sovereign, and the Renis Alma.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Mm-hmm.
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar is all.
Yeah, they don't think about that. They're robots. They have a mission. You need to complete the mission. What happens after that? It doesn't matter.
Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Okay.
Excellent.
But I want to
I
make one
don't
thing
get why
clear.
he's doing it.
We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake.
He
or
doesn't
because you
care.
told us to.
He doesn't care.
Remember that.
Yeah, for sure. He cares so
it
much.
matters little to me.
You see?
The end result shall be the same.
Yeah.
Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
You're arguing with the bot, with the YouTube comment bot.
Is it too much to ask for
What are you doing?
35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that
That's because you're
stuff.
stupid.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now all we have to do is rest up and...
I didn't press anything. It will take some time to complete your repair ship. I suggest you get some rest. Okay. Let's rest and go. I just want to get to the... I don't know if it's going to be straight boss. Or is it going to be like an open area first? If it is, then we end it there. If it's the boss, then I might go ahead and finish.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head on, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that.
This
There
is
were
like
those of you who
nice
were
and
good,
nice
and that was
speak,
a
nice
start.
talk, but they say the same
When it
things
comes down to it,
hundreds
Renans
of
are just
times,
people.
again and
They can be
again
good
and
or bad,
again and
just
again.
like Danans.
Yes, I know. You
That
said
is,
this
in
maybe
essence,
20
the heart of your
times.
approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Now we're gonna come back to everybody's
we end up butting heads
individual.
with one
Blah, blah,
person.
blah.
Maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So
Tell
you
me to
wish for
pray.
people to
I'm
form real
praying.
bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright. To deal with one another as humans and nothing more. That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, since we came
Yes, I
to
do.
your place.
I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
Mm.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind.
You called him Doe.
Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
You wanna kiss the Kisara?
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Okay, we have one couple. Let's go. I mean, I don't know about the kids, it would be strange, right? Two of them.
Hey, why'd you
Kinda
call
weird.
me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that.
Yeah.
I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned.
Is it 12?
So, I'm sorry, Rinwell.
Let me
Really.
check. Is
I
it
should have
12?
kept my mouth shut.
I'm sure there's like a lore somewhere, right?
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto
Tale
something.
of Arise.
Of
How
course you were worried.
old is
Who wouldn't
Law?
be if they found out there might be some invisible force
He's
pulling
16.
our strings this
It's
whole
close.
time?
How old is she?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because
She's
you
a
can sense it
14.
a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
She's 14,
Yeah.
he's 16.
I think that might be part of it. But I think
I mean, it
I
makes
also
sense if
want
they
to
go out
believe it's
together.
good.
If they become like a couple. They're kids.
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then,
Okay.
when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
I'm done, dude. I'm done. I just can't anymore.
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
Okay.
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
Okay.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us?
Well, yeah, you were
In a
born
way,
on Dana.
Doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Yeah.
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy
Everybody
inside
together
us,
is the will, yes.
Yeah. Maybe.
Heverick 35 might know the answer.
You can go ask him, but...
You know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become.
Yay!
So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
You're welcome, I guess.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will...
He's shy, he's not sure what to do.
I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind.
Oh, so cute.
Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No. What were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
He likes you. Be happy. And now it's...
Sure
this
you
is...
don't want to get some rest?
This is where I went to. Told you, it's gonna be a cutscene. and I'm gonna
can't.
exit you.
I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Just enjoying the whole.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? Although that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
It changed from a flower. It looks like
everything that's happened since we first
iceberg
met.
now.
So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more.
Yeah, we just left a
I wouldn't have my memories
simple
back.
life.
I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yes.
Yeah?
That if we can't
find
do
the
it,
Renis Alma,
yeah.
there's something I want you to do.
Sit it inside her
Like
and
Hevrek
blow her up.
35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me.
He's gonna say, no,
I need you to
no
promise
way,
me, Alphen,
I'm not gonna do that.
that if for
I
some
promise
reason we can't
that
get
I
the
will
Renis
cure
Alma
you.
back,
Just...
you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
He's not gonna say yes.
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
I don't get it why, like, a sliver
Listen,
of Dana's
the
will
Great Spirit
can destroy the
isn't
Great
just our
Spirit.
problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
What are you gonna say? Oh, he actually accepted it. Wow.
But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Xion.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm going to fight this until the very end.
Yeah.
I hope you can forgive me for that.
So basically he says no.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Xion.
So it's a promise then?
It almost looked like she came in for a hug.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me.
That sounds so strange when you say it like that.
No one would ever make
Ooh.
twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you.
Because he felt no pain.
I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before.
Oh, oh.
But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
Because you will be dead.
You think so?
Yes, you will be dead.
Because Xion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone.
Okay.
Okay?
So she's gonna say it and die? Come on, I expect a sad ending. Don't give me a happy ending. I want you to leave me like a broken tool. Like I can't experience
Everybody get
feelings
enough rest?
anymore.
We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand
Make
around
her
waiting all
sacrifice
day.
everything.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Yes, you said this 20 times. Let's
We've come
move
this
on.
far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall.
I
to
should
tear
count how many times they said let's go when they didn't
Repairs
go.
on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
down. Is that you, Hevrek 35?
No, it's another robot
see
that's
us from
promised to
where you
fix
are?
your ship.
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrekt 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
But the second we get into the same place, they're gonna
Warp
stop us
drive?
again. What's the point?
Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Okay.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
Okay, so I have to go by
So,
legs.
once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot.
Yeah, comfortable.
Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Yeah.
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
Yeah.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Maybe because it's a machine.
Come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy.
Yes.
Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
What do you mean? Him because he was in a cryo chamber, and her?
We exist because others have entrusted this
Don't
to
know.
us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
What are you saying? Why is he giving
You
like
mean it is
a...
because of multiple chance interactions?
Huh?
The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
Will.
It's
Will.
hard to explain.
Feelings.
To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand.
Yeah, you have to experience such feelings
All right.
to know what they're talking about. Let's go. Takeoff and departure. It's gonna be fun. Oh wait, let me check something. Okay, I think we're good for now. Just making sure there is no like... I have enough memory to continue this until the end. I hope.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what
yeah.
that means. Time to go to Rena.
Let's
I
go
guess this
already.
means we
Stop
should give that warp
speaking.
drive a spin.
Are we going to see like a whole city of Helganquils? Right? I mean, they're the only ones living there. I bet you're gonna see a whole bunch of slaves, right? Oh wait, no, he says they're none. This looks kind of like a final level, right? But I'm only level 45. 44.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
Well, they're
I don't
machines.
sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Oh yeah, it's a shell.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
Yeah, everything has been sucked.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
As I said.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
Okay, let's move
So
on.
the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
Yeah, we know that. Why are you
Found the
surprised?
Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
Again, we said this for the last hour and a half. Let's continue.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
Yes, we said this already back
We
on
can be
Dana.
sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
Let's go. Are you finally giving me control? Rena. Come on. Yeah, I get it. Sad, sad, very sad.
So this is Rena.
Special hours seem to
This
appear
is where
throughout
everything
Dana.
began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the
What?
same fate.
Throughout
ever.
Dana. So it's not here. There are more owls over there, back at the planet. Okay, so I need to go back to Dana now? Oops. Does they work? No. I assume they're gonna teleport me back from wherever I'm gonna go to. Let's go. Oof. Too much bright
Looks like
light.
we warped into that pit of astral energy.
Nah. Anything here? Nope. Let's go to the cutscene. Of course.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Nah, because on this planet,
Wait, can you understand us?
they are robots.
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
Yep, the spirit controls
So we
them.
really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I'll be back when I'm finished.
I knew there was something up here.
53.
They're not pulling punches.
Okay, this was hard. They're level 54, sorry. They're almost 10 levels above me.
Alphen,
I
Crazy.
can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
Oh, nice. 40,
If we
50.
lose heart now,
Yeah,
this whole mission
46.
is over. You have to stay the course.
I'm getting amazing EXP here because they're 10 level above me.
Bad feeling about this.
And shoot. Break. I'll bring you back, you know. Yep. Here you go. This is where it's supposed to go, so continue. Yep, a chest. Grape gel. Okay. Let's see where we're going. I assume it's going to be a whole bunch of levels like this. If it is...
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator.
Oh no,
That
I know what's going to
apparatus there
happen.
is likely what's used to control it.
I know, and you know what's going to happen too. Oh my god. Let's take this. Where's the orange one? Yes, recover me. Heal, 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 heal. This guy with this, because I only have one. This one with this. And that's it. I don't need to heal Alphen because he's not going to be fighting anyway. Let's go. Oh, wait. What? It's not a fight? Okay, it is. I knew it. I'll bring you back. I think it's over now. Maybe they're gonna spawn more enemies, but I think not. Okay.
Step back. This one's all law.
Oh yeah. Almost a level up.
Even in such a hard...
Yeah. There are enemies in here?
There are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever
Whatever they are, yeah.
they are, they're dangerous.
I
Watch
need a
yourselves
place.
around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
Oh my god. Okay, we are gonna ignore
true.
some of them.
And if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit.
As many as we can.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious
Oh.
when you say that.
And jump. Oh, I can't jump. They told me I could jump, but they don't allow it. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore you too, my dude.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans.
Sorry, but I'm not interested in fighting currently.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while
Yes, yeah, it's just...
others rely on wood?
That's
an
what
interesting way of
architecture
looking at
means,
it.
but yes.
I'll have to inquire with Hevrecht 35 about it sometime.
I can see the chest over there. Okay, you cannot avoid them. Level of 53, I'll be back. Okay, these guys are over.
There's always room for
Next.
improvement.
Elfin level up. Come on, it's the same thing, just reskin. It's a lizard, right? It's a reskin of the lizard. And this is just to go that way. Yep, I have to go here. Okay, I will clear this and I'll be back. Because it's the same leather, just reskinned.
I'd be real lucky.
Oh, if you say so. Again, it's not hard, just takes time. And you just have to sit there and
Is it
take
just
it.
me, or is anyone else peckish?
Peckish? Well, we could use a buff, to be honest. But what I think is going to happen is I'm going to do this until the boss. We're going to finish the boss if it's not something crazy, because there is no way that's the end of the game. Right? And once we finish, then I can, like, hey, this is the episode, blah, blah, blah. And I can just, in the meantime, I can farm this whole place, level up to level 50 something, and then tomorrow we can continue doing this. We'll see. Maybe the boss is gonna be extremely hard. If it is, then I'm just gonna do nothing. Right, let's fight again. Be right back. And over. Thank you.
I still have plenty of room to grow.
Grow any more and you're likely to shrivel up.
You'll be casting as a wizened old man.
I had hoped to graduate to a leadership role.
I hope you would let me craft the new weapons. Right? Let me see. Is it the third floor now or? Yep. Again. More floors. And now I have to clear the mantis. Just a chest. I don't care. I'm not gonna waste it. I don't have a lot of CP, to be honest with you. Where is the nearest place I can rest at? Maybe I missed something? There has been something here. Well, there's nothing there also. Maybe here's something? Right? No. I don't see a place to rest, to be honest with you. Anyway. Be back. Hey, look. Another reskin. It was a green and orange. Now it's like purple and pink. See you on the other side. Alright. You can see on the top and bottom left. My CP is almost over. And I guess we're going into the boss level right now. Yep, I cleared everything. There was a ton of boss monsters all around. And I haven't finished like any side stuff, just the main stuff for now. I'm probably gonna lose this boss fight. And if I do, then I'm gonna say hi, this is over, and we're just gonna continue this tomorrow after I'm gonna come back through here a few times, level up to level 50
what do you
something.
think this place was for?
A farm.
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No, this is where they're made.
No. They appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Hmm.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
Guess so.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
Yep. Saj. You wanna make bets? What is it gonna be? I really don't know. Maybe like a giant mantis? Or something? I'm not sure. Like I have no idea. Spider? What's that? What the hell? What the hell is going on below that?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Yep.
Be careful! It's huge!
No shit. It's huge? What? I love his pee-pee. Oh yeah, I forget. She keeps doing the same thing.
It's no ordinary zoo. That much is damn sure. Watch yourself. All bets are off when it comes to this thing.
Yeah, I dodged last second, but... Stop targeting them, I just want to see... Okay, now can we target the enemy? I want to see... Okay, no, there's just one place to target. 1, 2... This... Nice!
Can't get out of this. Its head is weak point. We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it. In that case,
like this.
let's start with the one in the middle. Soaring blade.
Oh, that's kind of bad because I keep hitting the arms. Up. Somehow I missed it, even though I dodged when the second I saw the thing. This. Okay. Oh, thank you. Get on in there. Come on. I got... Okay. Somehow this time I didn't die. And do this. I'm just... nice. Oh, look at the HP. Once I bring him down, you can see the HP just running out. Can I target the head? No. This. No, stop.
Forgive me. Should have messed with me. Armor won't save you.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep my thing alive. My skill for when I'm gonna bring his head down. Okay, so he's weak to lighting. Stop. Don't cast. Why am I dead? Don't know why I'm dead. Let's wait until I have everybody's skill and then I'm gonna use his skill. Okay. I should have went for law. Never mind. Okay, now I got his head. No, I missed it. Nice, he's weak to lighting, so the Holy Lance is amazing. Stop. Nice. Okay, so you just have to avoid the purple area. You don't even have to avoid the whole map. Just the purple area. Okay. And this, 1, 2. Yeah. Oh my god, everybody's almost dead. Oh yeah, because they're standing inside them. I don't get it, because they're all ranged, but they're staying like inside him, not all of them, just Xion basically. I don't care about the rest of them dying as long as Xion is out. Let me use Heavy Treat. Let's first bring him alive and then use it. Now, Heavy Treat. Yep, everybody's back. Boom. Oh, I don't even know what she used. What the thing used, but it used something. Boom. You can see weakness. Yeah. It's pretty good against that.
We couldn't have done it without you.
Run away. Nice. This is like the best skill. I forgot what the name of the skill is, but let's cast this again. It's amazing. The thing. Over limit. No. The thing she did. Advanced light that bathe in holy lighting. Yes. I think it's this one. Right? Yes, this one. This one does great damage against this thing. Oh, well, you're almost dead. Why is she always getting close? You wanna kiss the enemies every single time. I mean, I'm not in this mood, my lady. Where was it? Divine Saber, right? It's taking time. You can see it's a long casting spell, but it's worth it. Come on, come on, come on before he gets up. Nope, didn't work. Oh, it disappeared. Boom. Boom. Let's Alphen finish this. Oh, lock. Pum pum. Nice. Again, not hard, just taking time.
The hell was that thing?
If the game didn't have the story, I would refund it like half an hour after I started playing.
Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests.
What do you mean?
You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners?
Could be.
That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them
Who
do all of
knows?
this. Anything to get its astral energy.
I mean, they still have done it.
Down, right?
48.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
Yeah, just saying. Now, I'm very much hoping you can give me to a camp something so I can, you know, craft stuff. But I don't see it happening anytime soon, and there are no teleports anywhere here. Zero. Yeah, those are nothings. Is it gonna be the next level? Or please, please. Come on. I don't care to continue without like something else. Just let me craft. Any stuff here? No. And here? Nope. Okay.
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are at least.
Ah.
No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and
What?
vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
I can teleport to the entrance. Ah. Can I? Let's see if I can craft stuff in the spaceship, right?
We've reached our destination.
Where is the point? Over there? No, I don't want to take off. I want to... Okay, I can go to other places. Good. But why is there no resting area here? Anyways, let's go to the Inn, Pelagian, rest, craft, and continue. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Once here, continue, rested, crafted a whole bunch of new weapons. They're not the best weapons whatsoever, but they're like increasing my damage by a decent amount. I hope we're gonna see this.
Side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
Is this gonna be up? Yeah, it's the same room, just.
Ooh, such amazing technology.
Oh my god.
Everything's topsy-turvy and that's all you can think
Not
about?
Never
again.
mind. The core of Rena now sits above us. I pray that we won't encounter many stairs along the way.
I don't wanna climb, huh? So I'll be back. I brought you back anyway, because I don't finish, just so you can see how many thorns. Oh, cutscene, never mind. So I brought you back in time.
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns.
Yep.
And with flowers, too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Okay, so it is gonna be the ending. Oh.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
I guess,
You
but
mean if
how would you do
everybody was,
that?
like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
It would
Let's
work,
assume
but
that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Renasalma.
Things are different here than
they
on the
even
surface.
said that the spirit of Rena is stronger than the spirit of Dana, so... Boom booms. I don't know if I can avoid you. Anyway, bye. The next is another elevator, once again. I hate to do this every single time, like, I'll be back, but it's just the same. Enemies, different colors, they do the same thing. You just sit there and wait while the game automates the combat. I just finished my pizza. I have one more slice and that's it. Once again, I'll be back. Alright, the elevator is finished. Now we can see what's going on. It is taking a whole lot of time, and again, I do nothing. I just let them, I throw some skills in between, and that's it. Oh, it's the same guy, it's just in red now. Wow. How unique. I kind of want a game to end, to be honest with you. I only care for the story at this point. Like 0% about the combat. I don't care about anything. I do want to see myself like maxed out with all the stuff, but it's not gonna happen. I guess that's just another exit. This is a dragon. I need dragon blood to make some of the tools. I might have to kill you, my dude. Ah, okay, I'll be back because I need him to craft the weapons, otherwise I wouldn't do it. Okay.
How important this place is.
Is it?
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here.
Yeah.
We'll burn it all
To the ground.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's wrong?
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
I cannot hear the voice anymore.
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah. It's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge.
She's so strong for the gameplay, but she's so annoying for the
what Rena's will is thinking.
story.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane?
Okay.
Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
Rinwell, no. Yes, hello. She definitely fits with the devil wings, huh? Because she's the devil. Well, she's 14, so... checks out.
There was only meant to be one world.
One family.
And your goal is to make them one.
That sounds like BS. Then why are you taking the other guys?
Fear?
Like power, energy. Oh, the book is floating.
What just happened?
Are you alright? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed.
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
He's 14. She doesn't
sorry.
think. She just
I
acts.
really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants. How it feels.
You think?
Rena's
That's what the
Great
spirit told you.
Wants to complete the world.
Then why is it making a
What's
flower?
that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world.
Says who?
But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
Who says
What
they're
do you mean,
supposed to
one
be
world?
one?
How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with.
Yep, you can also
At
tame
the
it.
very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
Yeah, it sounds plausible, but
That sounds a
are
lot
we
like
gonna
Shion's
trust?
Thorns, doesn't it?
Are we gonna trust like the evil guy we're going to defeat?
Dana and Rena into
We're gonna
one
trust
world.
what he says?
It's in order
She,
to
he,
save itself.
spirit?
And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
Could be.
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
What?
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this
I still
mess
don't
up
believe
before it gets
this.
out of
I
hand.
want more
Still,
facts.
even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been,
Who says who?
there'd be no Dana and no Rena. No masters or slaves.
You're just
no lords,
theorizing
no
right
crown
now.
Contest. Maybe just peace.
This is just theorizing, nothing more than that. Just hopium. Just hopium. Pure hopium. Platinum chunks. Give me the money. Mein Gott. Come on. Please don't tell me you can come in here. Okay, you can't. Very well. I will go around you. If possible. Oh, no, no, no. I made an oopsie. I should have looked. I'm gonna activate this just because I want the cutscene to... Okay, nice. I didn't plan to do that, but I did it because it's, well, had to. 32. I mean, 372. Hi, bye. Of course, there's gonna be another dragon just blocking the way. Be right back. Here we go. Finish the dude. Again, not hard, just,
The
you know.
astral energy is surging around me.
Woohoo,
I
49.
didn't even know about all that astrally stuff.
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
Stop
What?
saying it, you
Are you
already said
serious?
that. Are they using... Okay, now they start using lines. Like, it's not... They don't mention the same thing, they say the same line, exactly.
Everywhere.
It's impressive to look at as a bystander, but I sure wouldn't want to live here with all of this around.
Again, the music is here, voice is here.
I know what you mean. There are no fish here. I couldn't
Ooh.
cook any of my delicious dinners for you all if we lived here.
Clearly the worst point against it.
Where do I need to go? Well, the other side, but I cannot cross you. I'm gonna have to fight this thing. Okay, BRB, I'm gonna pee, I'm gonna defeat him. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I think it's finished. I assume it's gonna be another boss fight now. Well, not right now. We have another room to go, so we have to go straight and then right. I don't know if I can. I need to go to the side with the guy that's facing me. Like, go there. Now, because he leaves me a bunch of space to go, and this guy, until he reacts, I'm already gone. Here. Oh yes, so much fun. Yeah, be right back. Okay, they finish one thing, then they spawn 4 more in front of you. Behind them there is another one, right? And then you just go to the next map. There is a big room over there, which I'm guessing there's going to be more enemies in that room. And all the fights are just wait for the fight to finish. That's the fight, that's it. I'll be back. Okay. Oof. I don't know what the hell is all these portals. Oh, so you can go back to specific places. Thankfully, I don't care. There is no recovery, so assuming either it's inside. What? Why can't I not go? Huh? What? Do you want me to go somewhere else? Oh no, I think I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to defeat 6 bosses now. How is this a good design? Who thought of this? Who came up with the idea? And the guy who said there, who has the actual say to approve this or disapprove this, sat there and say, yeah. Give him 6 bosses after he did all of that. Don't let him rest, he doesn't need to rest. Just let him waste all his materials and make the combat just, you know, time consuming. We don't care if it's fun. Just so it takes as long as it takes, whatever. I'll be back. Oh, I just went out. I wanted to do the 6 bosses, but after you defeat the first one, you can go on. However, you get very good armor from doing this. Like, almost essential. It increased like 150, 100 something for every one of my attributes. So, yep. I'll be back. You know what? Let's do it this way. Let's make this the ending. I know it's strange, in a strange placement, but let's make this the ending. I also need to edit like 7 hours of content. But let's finish here. I'm gonna do the whole, like, everything besides that, leveling up, getting all the armor, killing all the bosses, going through, using all my SP here, maybe getting a bit more. Just basically doing everything here. And then tomorrow I'll do the whole, like, bossing and the after cutscenes or whatever it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna end here, but if it's gonna end here, then tomorrow's gonna be a short stream. But we need to do a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm running out of time. So you can see this. The sun is up. It's like 7 a.m. I started at 11 p.m. Something like that. Yeah, almost midnight, and recording for like 7-8 hours. Anyway, that's enough. See you later. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, well, you wasted. However, this is gonna take, I don't know, it's probably gonna be 2 episodes, whatever. But that's it. Keep safe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.